Alright, bro. Well, I'm guessing you want to know how I used to sell snacks at school, so I'll get right into it. I used to sell snacks at school. I used to sell like the zebra cakes and the strawberry shortcakes and like the cosmic brownies and all those kind of stuff. Right now, there's a school store, and in that school store, they sell a lot of different things, but most of the things are from Sam's Club. The stuff that I sold was way different from everything else at the school store, so that's why I would get people to come to me because I sold different stuff. But anyways, that's another point. When I used to sell snacks, I used to make like a decent amount of money. I used to make like maybe like $10 a day, maybe profit at least. $10 a day profit. I used to make like 30, but I would sell my stuff like super cheap, which is another point I'll get into. And the thing is too, I also used to work at the school store. So when I started selling snacks again, I already knew how it kind of worked a little bit. So I kind of knew like my advantage, kind of like a strategy, like in a war, you know what I mean? If you know the enemy, you can definitely defeat them. So yeah, I was known among, a lot of people and stuff. I was very friendly. Everybody used to call me like the snack plug and everything. Everybody knew me, even the teachers kind of knew me. Even the principal kind of knew I was like selling snacks and stuff. But yeah, when people were hungry, they just come up to me or they text me like, "Hey, Julian, you got snacks?" And then I just go up with my backpack and be like, "Yeah, bro, I got some snacks here." I usually have like Arizona teas. If you don't know what those are, I'd get those from Walmart. I would sell those, but they were like kind of like warm because they were in my backpack and not like in like a fridge or anything. So yeah, and then in my backpack I'd have all my boxes of snacks together, and they get all smushed together. So sometimes give people like the bottom one, they'd be all smushed and everything. I'm like, "Oh, sorry, bro. I'll get you another one." They're like, "No, bro, give it to me. I'm hungry." So I'm gonna get into some points. I'm gonna get into 4 points, and these 4 points are what I've learned from selling snacks from the school store, with dealing with the kids, with prices, mistakes I've done, mistakes that I'm gonna show you that you shouldn't do as well. So all right, so the number one and probably the most important on in this whole list is be charismatic, social, and friendly. This is a must. If you are antisocial, you're gonna get nowhere in business, and not even in business. Like being charismatic, it dumps into every other aspect of life, not only in business, even in like romantically, if you get what I mean, like in relationship. If you're not charismatic, then you're not really gonna find a good wife, if you get what I mean. Like you're gonna be antisocial, and then you're not gonna cold approach that one girl that could have been your wife, and all that kind of stuff. So being charismatic, knowing how to socialize good is definitely a good skill to learn, and I advise you that you start learning it now. I advise you that you go outside and just talk to a random person. Doesn't matter if you stutter, doesn't matter if you have anxiety or whatever. I just say just go do it. So yeah, anyways, if you're gonna start selling snacks, one thing that I do advise you is always start with a question. Always be logical when you talk to somebody about sales or whatever. You're not gonna go up to somebody and be like, "Oh, bro, I got this nice car. This really nice car is really nice. It has some rims and it's really cool inside. It's like luxury, seats and everything." Like, me and you both know when someone comes up and like does that to us, we're like, "Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, what the fuck? I don't want to buy your shit. I'm just trying to walk." Like, you get what I mean? What I used to do is I always used to start with a question. So when I walk up to somebody, I'd be like, "Hey, you hungry, bro?" Just as simple as that. Like, "Hey, you hungry?" And if they're like, "No, I'm not hungry," I'm like, "Okay, cool. Have a good day, bro." Like, I don't pressure them or anything. So if they're hungry, I'm like, "Hey, bro, I got some snacks. If you got like $1 or something, I could give you some." So it's not really complicated. It's just, I mean, I'm naturally social, so I get it. But I know there's a lot of people who are antisocial. So always just start with a question if you are going to get into like kind of the sales kind of business, and even in snacks, since I have experience in that. Just always start with a question: "Are you hungry?" Or like, "Hey, you got $1?" Or, "Hey, you like zebra cakes?" Like, it's that simple. And another thing too, which is probably, very important, is always look out for opportunities. If you do start selling snacks or in sales or anything, then you'll definitely see this at all times. So for example, like before lunch, before like first lunch, second lunch at my school, that was like the best time I'd sell snacks, because then everybody would be hungry and I'd be like, "I got snacks, just give me $1 or something." And especially before lunch, that was when the school store was closed, because the school store couldn't be opened before lunch because school store is a bunch of junk food and shit. So I would get the most sales before lunch. And another thing too is what I've noticed is that, well, since in my high school it's a bunch of fucking like potheads and shit, so most kids will be high. And if you don't know, when you're high, you kind of get, so you get something called the munchies. And that is when you get hungry, or when everything tastes good. Like, I don't know, I've never smoked weed before, but that's all I know, is that when you get high, you get the munchies, and the munchies makes you hungry. When a kid was high, like I could see it in his fucking eyes, they were all red and shit. I would be like, bro, you hungry? And he's like, yeah, bro, you got $1? I'm like, you got $1? He's like, no. But then I come back later, he's like, bro, I got $1. Can I get a snack? I'm like, for sure, bro. So always look out for opportunities. There's always opportunities everywhere, either it being teachers, maybe like even the school store in your school was shut down, just like that happened to me. The school store shut down for like a few weeks because people were stealing, and the kids weren't acting right in there, and it was a privilege, blah blah blah. So at that point I was like, this is the best opportunity right now. So I was like, you know what, snacks, boom, you want snacks, boom, you want snacks, you hungry, you want snacks, I got you. So I would go out of stock in like the first 3 hours of school, because everybody wanted snacks and wanted drinks and everything. Now the number one mistake that I see most people make, like even at school, when people are trying to compete with me because they were like, oh, you're selling snacks, I'm gonna sell snacks too, and then they like do it for one day and then just fucking give up. As you can see, like, competition isn't hard, bro. So yeah, the first one is never beg someone to buy your product. If they don't want it, don't fucking beg them. If they don't want it, just be like, okay, bro, have a good day. It's as simple as that. Because if you say like, oh no, but it's good though, like, oh, you could get a drink with it, or blah blah blah, oh yeah, man, they're gonna be like, fuck off, bro, fuck off, I don't fucking need you here. So never beg, because people don't like to be pressured. So just don't beg, please. Nobody likes beggars. If you want to beg, go fucking be on the side of the street begging for money. All right, so my second like sub point is always stay stocked, and this can be translated into like normal business of like always be prepared. And that's the thing that will happen to me. Sometimes I'd forget to stock up my snacks, and I wouldn't be prepared for people who want to buy my products. Like I'd forget to like stock, and they're like, oh man, I forgot like 2 drinks, that's $2 I'm missing out on, $2 of potential profit. I would always be unprepared, and everybody would be like, oh, you got snacks? I'm like, no, I just sold out, man. Like, oh fuck. Because last year I used to sell snacks my freshman year, and then I used to sell snacks this sophomore year. I think like before school started or after school started. I remember last year I would have a locker, and in that locker I would put all my extra snacks in there. So like I'd take like a few boxes in my backpack, and I'd take them to school, and then I'd put them in my locker. So anytime when I would go out out of stock, I wasn't prepared, I just go to my locker, refill again, and then boom, I have more snacks to sell. So always be prepared, always stay stocked. If you're gonna start selling snacks at school, with drinks, with your sentence, what you're gonna say, especially your snacks and everything. All right, and the third sub point I have is talk to the right people. Don't go up to the like skinny kid or something. Like, I know this is gonna sound bad, but I remember a lot of friends telling me like, oh yeah, go to the big girls or the big guys, they're definitely gonna want some. And I know it sounds bad, but like honestly, it is like a good opportunity to go up to those people, because I'm not calling them fat or anything, but they usually eat more, right? I usually see them in the school store. When I used to work in the school store, I'd always see them in there buying snacks. So I'd go up to them like, hey bro, you want some snacks? They're like, oh yeah, for sure, man. And I'm like, you got dollars? Like, oh man, I gotta pay for it. I'm like, yeah bro, but you hungry though? He's like, yeah. So then he'd give me like the $2 for the drink and like the zebra cake or something. So yeah, just talk to the right people. The people who are high, they got the munchies. Everybody before lunch who's hungry, you'd be like, I got you, bro, got some snacks. So here's a mistake I made. I priced everything too low. I stopped because I stopped making like enough profit, that was worth my time. At least I was making money, but I wasn't making enough money for like what I think my time was worth. So I would sell, like, for example, let's say I bought a box of brownies and it had 10 brownies in it, and the box cost $5. I would sell each brownie for 50 cents, which is $5, because 10 divided by 2 is 5. So I literally get the value of the box for what I bought it for, meaning I was making no profit. But let's say I bought it for like $4, and there was 10 brownies in there, and I sold them for 50 cents each. So I would bought the box for $4, and then I made $5. So I made a $1 profit, which wasn't even worth my time. It wasn't even worth anything. I could have sold them for $1 made it like 3 times that. Like, you know what I mean? 3 times that. But I just priced my stuff too cheap because I was in constant competition with the school store. Since the school store, the cheapest thing they had was like 25 cents. You know, I couldn't really compete, especially, you know, being a little kind of entrepreneur and then them having like a million things. And, you know, why would people come to me if they could go to, you know, the big store over there? And plus, you know, they might see their friends and they can talk and they can chill and everything. And me, they just buy the snacks. So yeah, just price what it's worth. Like, a lot of people tell me like, oh, why don't you price it higher? I'm like, oh, people won't buy. And that was my belief. You know, people wouldn't buy if it was expensive. Like, honestly, if you think about it, if when people are desperate, they'll pay anything for food. Especially in the school store, they'll spend like fucking $5 in there. You know, with me, since I had different stuff and everything, I bet they would be like, oh, fuck you, okay, I'll give you the $2-3 for the brownie, which is like too much, but like $1 would be good, if you get what I mean. Alright, so my last point, and probably the second most important, is not even the second most important, it's probably the first most important. It is the customer always goes first. Never put the customer below the first priority. Why? Because the customer is the reason you are making money. Okay, what I used to do with certain people is like, they'd be like, oh bro, why don't you sell this? And then I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start selling that. And then the next day I would bring that certain snack that they wanted, and they'd be like, oh man, you got it. I'm like, yeah bro, I got you. And you know, then I'd like form like a kind of bond with them, or you know, kind of like emotional bond, because I was like, yeah bro, I got you and stuff. And they'd be all happy, and then you know, that would form a relationship. I would talk to them more, then they want to buy more from me. They would, you know, buy more, and then recommend to friends about me and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I'm saying being charismatic is an essential tactic to all this. So yeah, so if they want a certain candy, bring it to them. You know, if they want like Snickers or something, be like, I got you bro, you bring a Snickers. You know, like, oh, you know, it's $2 because I bought it for like $1. And the bro's like, okay, I got you. And you know, the more bond, like the more stronger of an emotional bond you build with the person, with the customer, the more they're gonna be inclined to like buy from you, if you get what I mean, because they're gonna know you. You know, they're gonna be like, hey bro, it was cool. You know, they're gonna like the feeling when they're around you. If you're like funny, you know, they'll be like, oh yeah, that guy makes jokes, I want to go see him. You know, I want to buy some food from him. And then, you know, especially since he sells different things, blah 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 blah. You get what I mean? So yeah, just form a bond, talk to them, ask what they like. You know, oh, you know, do you like drinks? Do you like soda? You know, do you like sweet stuff? Do you like salty stuff? Do you like Cheez-Its? Do you like goldfish? You know, just kind of ask them. You know, kind of form a bond, because then they will recommend to other people, which can be potential customers to you. My last point on this whole thing, because I know I've been yapping for a little bit, the video is going to be 17 minutes almost. Last one, and probably the most important out of this whole subsection, is over deliver. Like, legit over deliver. Make them, you know, hit them with some validation. You know, be like, oh bro, your fit looks good. But like, cool day, like, oh man, you smell good. Like, man, like, oh yeah, you know, I saw you walking down and I was like, damn, you know, the fit's pretty nice. And you know, over deliver too. You know, like, maybe giving them a discount on like the third time. Like, oh yeah bro, you bought from me a few times, I got you. You know, I'll give you like a 0.5% discount. You know, instead of giving this brownie for $1, I'll give you 50 cents because you're cool like that. And you're like, oh man, that's so cool, thank you. Or maybe like a little snack on the side, maybe buy like a separate snack with like gummies or something, and be like, oh man, you know, you've been coming to me for a while now, I'll throw in like a few gummy bears in there or something. You get what I mean? So over deliver. Like, honestly, like, the competition is brutal out there, and as I said, like, in my school there was practically no competition. Everybody was like, oh yeah bro, I'm gonna sell snacks too, but they never fucking sell snacks. Oh shit, I got scared, bro. It sounded like a big crash outside. But anyways, so yeah, bro, just over deliver. Make them feel validation. Give them a little discount, you know, as over delivering. You know, maybe a small snack on the side. And with that, it attracts more customers, because then they're gonna be like, oh yeah, that guy Julian, you know, he sells some nice snacks and they're different from the school store. You know, he even gives me like a little snack on the side, and you know, they're cheap too. He sometimes gives me a discount, and then they're like, okay, yeah, just pass me his number or snap or something, and I'll go talk to him. Over deliver, make it feel validation. It's not very complicated. So yeah, let me just go an overview of what you should be doing. Be charismatic, be friendly, be social. That is the most important, because if you're fucking antisocial, nobody's gonna want to talk to you. Always look out for opportunities. You know, never beg someone, because nobody likes fucking beggar. Always be prepared. Always stay stocked. Target the right people. Sell at a price that you're worth, that you know you're worth. Don't fucking like go sell a brownie for $5 when it's like that big, you know what I mean? Like, don't be dumb about it. Like, yeah, sell it at a reasonable price. If it's small like that, then sell it for like 25, 50 cents, maybe even of $1 if it's worth it, if you know what I mean. If people are actually gonna buy it, if you know that. Bring certain candy to certain customers if they really want it, because as I said, the customer comes first no matter what. Customer always comes first. You form a bond with them, you know, emotionally. You talk to them, ask what they like, you know, how's their day been, you know, how's school, you know, how's life, you know, how's that one video game that they like. Form a relationship with them. And then over deliver, like just absolutely over deliver, you know, when they come to you for a few times, like give them a little discount, small snack on the side, and then, you know, they'll tell other people, you know, word of mouth, and then more people will come up to you, meaning more customers and more potential profit. You know, give them validation and stuff and all that. All right, well, thank you very much, guys. Jesus Christ, my voice cracks so much, I fucking hate it. And then I have this pimple, I don't know what, my mouth gets so dry. Yeah, honestly, yeah, it's absolutely dry and I fucking hate it. Oh, but yeah, man, I'm a little tired. I just woke up like probably an hour ago. I better get ready for school. It's already 6:30. So yeah, bro, I'm hiring a new editor, so this video is gonna be like not edited by me, it's gonna be edited by my editor and stuff. I'm like looking around, you know, for different editors and stuff, and you know, see what I can do best. You know, there's this guy who charges me about $15, $10 per video, and there's another guy who wants to charge me about like $6 per minute and stuff like that. But yeah, you know, add some b-roll there, you know, some pictures, some videos and stuff. So yeah, anyways, bro, thank you for watching. I'll let you go. I gotta get to school, and hopefully you're well. So if you're gonna sell snacks, I mean, if you're gonna sell snacks, just let me know in the comments. I can help you with that, because I do have experience in that. Unfortunately, when I used to sell snacks, I never recorded like anything. So I do have like some notes that I used to have, and some pictures that with all my money and everything. Yeah, I'm gonna put that up and everything, so you can fucking concentrate on the video, since you can't concentrate on anything, bro. You need like constant stimulation. Alright, I'll see you later, okay, bro? Remember, be safe and never stop improving yourself.